Our challenge now, going forward, is to acknowledge that we have a major problem here with the absence of mechanisms that are credible for both sides. So if you are a grieving mother in Gaza, where do you take that grief in terms of getting accountability for what has happened, the death of your children? Because justice is so important. We cannot shrug our shoulders and just forget and move on. And of even more importance is to ensure that through accountability, there won't be a reoccurrence. Because absent accountability, you have impunity of action, and that's where things just go completely out of control. So we have, all of us, to understand that the argument of extremists is that there is no option other than violence to get justice. And unfortunately, the populations in both sides of this conflict are being convinced, increasingly so, through rhetoric, but also through their own experience of the absence of accountability, that there is no alternative other than for more violence. So if you are in Israel, and you are at the receiving end of the terror of these rockets for 8 years, you have to find a way to have that stop. And if you are told that the only way is military force, then what are you to think? Equally, if you're on the Palestinian side, at the receiving end of the artillery shells or the tank shells, and you too are looking for a way out to find justice and accountability for your loss, and more importantly, protection for those who are still alive, you also have to find a mechanism which is credible to you and will be effective. Otherwise, you will succumb to the rhetoric of those who say there is no justice except through the barrel of a gun. So the two issues of truth and justice are at the core of everything. Not just to look back, but actually as the way to move forward in a positive and peaceful direction. Otherwise, it's more death, it's more destruction. Now, what can we do? Well, we must actually focus on the people, because it's the people that is where the hope lies. It lies with the ordinary people. And the whole thing about the law is that it's built around people. It's built for people. It's not built for structures or for politics or for solving political problems. It's built for protecting people's rights. And once you build upon that, then you can actually solve above. In the Middle East, of course, we've had too much distraction from the people who are paying the price into the black hole of the politics, which is extremely complex. And it sucks up everything. It sucks up all the energy, it sucks up all the effort, and nothing comes out of a black hole. But actually, if you put aside the politics for a moment and start focusing on the people, then you can actually begin to build. Why? Because what matters is, number one for people, is their physical circumstance. Am I safe? I mean, that's at the core. That's at the core of the whole issue. Am I safe? If I'm living in Israel, am I safe? Am I living in Gaza? Am I safe? If I'm living in the Congo, Darfur, wherever, am I safe? That's the number one issue. Not, do I have my belongings? Do I have a job? Do I have a home? It's, am I safe? That's where it starts. And if you're not safe, then big trouble, big problems. And then, of course, it comes to self-defense, gaining safety by whatever means or mechanism that you can get your hands on. So it's about getting people safety, security, where they are, and that's what the practical, implementation of the word protection is about. It's about creating safety for people.